Hey guys, this is Dark Geese. This is, I don't know, from April 9th. I'm just going to give you all a pretty quick update to talk about a couple things. And today what I was going to talk about is, you have my cheat sheet, Buchecha, Raging Storm Minnesota, Raging Storm Socal, and Warzone, the end of the drama from Dune. In other words, yes, I really hope and pray any of you that is saying anything about Warzone really sees this video, including you, EMIL, because these are coming from Dune's own words. And so this is coming from Dune. And yeah, I'm gonna, add. I forgot. That reminds me. I'm gonna add something from Lecter because Lecter's saying some other stuff. So this is gonna be Warzone, the end of this foolish drama coming from Dune and some stuff that I heard from Lecter. So we're gonna get to that later. And I'm sure y'all can see I'm pretty passionate about that because I don't know. I take a personal. I mean, if put yourself in my shoes, if you were someone that brought this Japanese play over, spent $2,000 to $3,000 bringing these Japanese play over, and you got nothing but people talking smack about that and making excuses, wouldn't you take that as a severe slap in the face? I mean, I take that as a slap in the face when I'm doing so. Yeah, I get pretty angry about that, and you would be too if you did that. You'd be pretty angry. But we'll get to that later. First thing first, I want to talk about Buchecha. We have a tournament we're planning, arguably on the 23rd through the 24th of July. And yes, I know that might be the Veracruz tournament, but if you have issues with that, talk to Lecter. I'm sure he'll tell you. But we are shooting for Buchecha, bringing Buchecha over from Brazil to JUAREZ on the July 23rd to the 24th. And we are talking to Buchecha, and we're making negotiations for him covering a certain amount and I'm covering a certain amount. And, we just have to finalize it. And as soon as I finalize it, you'll know I'll make another post saying Buchecha's coming. But that's what we're focusing on, Buchecha for this tournament. And if we have another tournament in November, Salado, maybe, or Javier. But, yes, so, we'll have Buchecha coming to the park, Central Park in JUAREZ, possibly, we're working on. And, we'll work for capping those later. All right, I want to talk about doing the KOF. We're going to want that to happen. Doing the KOF, we want that to happen next year because we have so much stuff going on this year. And I was talking to Dune, it'd be best if we take Mexico there next year because there's just too much going on this year and we got to stretch it out. So doing the KOF is going to happen next year, and we're trying to work out what the situation, what to have, even if that means people are going to have to use Japanese sticks. I'm telling Dune, that's what they're going to have to do, and they're going to know ahead of time. And that's like what Dark Chaotic said. If you go into a situation knowing what you have, then you can't really complain. That's your fault if you lose, which we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. What Dark Chaotic was saying all along, coming from Dune, which, I mean, seriously, this is coming from Dune. So when we get to it, I'm telling you, all you people talking all this smack about Bata this playing with this sticks, this is coming from Dune. So didn't really put all y'all to shame. You're going to have to shut up. But yeah, we're going to get to that. Raging Storm Minnesota. That's going to happen April 17th to the 18th. If you check the Shoryuken and Threads or whatever websites are going to handle that. I'm not going to be able to be at it. But like I said, I really hope you guys come out because then we'll do another one pretty soon. And I'll show up. So just FYI, I hope y'all please show up to those tournaments so we can continue to do Raging Storm Socal. That's not going to happen this year because, like I said, I have too much going on. I have to get ready for the tournament with Buchecha in July. I have, besides that, you got to get ready to play in the tournament in October, which is going to be a Smash World Tournament. Then in November, possibly another tournament of JUAREZ. It's going to bring Salado. So there's just too much going on right now. So we're going to have to postpone that to February. We're looking at February for the SoCal tournament. All right, now my favorite topic, Warzone, the end. All right, the end of the drama. This is This is it. Please link this to Shoryuken. Put it on, post it, send it to EMIL. All of them, because this is the end of the drama. Please, this is the very end. It shuts itself up. Okay. All righty. I hope y'all can see. I'm gonna zoom in. This is the email I just received today, right now, from Dune. And I am gonna, read it to you so you can see. I'm not insulting your intelligence, but I want to make sure you know. All right, this is what I sent it to Dune. I said I wanted to talk to you about Warzone, so you heard from me personally. As you have told me, the Japanese sticks at doing the KOF as you have told me with the Japanese sticks at doing the KOF, we had Mexican sticks in Warzone. However, I personally sent Bata a message prior to the tournament asking him to bring his own PS2 stick. As you've told me, he has one for the tournament. He did not bring one, so that left us trying to figure out what would work for him. We didn't have a Japanese cab, but we had an Asian cab of sorts. I thought it was Japanese, my mistakes, guys, but it was an Asian cab. Which, with that being spoken, I can segue to Lecter. Speaking of that Asian cab, Bata was performing the best on that cab. Lecter, he even told me the other day, when I was talking about EMIL, what he was saying on his Shanghai versus whatever thing, that none of the Mexican players liked that cab because it was an Asian cab. So Bata was performing the best. I mean, he beat Esteban a match. He was performing really good on that Asian cap. Now, I wasn't a Japanese cap, but Bata was playing relatively good. We're gonna get to that even further. But okay, let's go to this. It says we didn't have a Japanese cap, but we did have an Asian cap of sorts that we used for 2002 for Bata. It says I'm receiving a lot of people saying that the only reason Bata lost is because of the sticks. Is that fair to us at all? For the Arcade 2002, it's possible. Though Bata had said he doesn't play that game much at all. For 2002 how so? If we told him to bring his own stick and he chose not to do so. We could tell he was having some problems with the sticks from time to time. But he chose not to bring it, so we had to scramble last minute. I know there's a lot of talk going on about this as this is the first time it's been done. But we were hearing people like EMIL talk that are pretty much slapping the Mexicans in the face, saying they wouldn't stand a chance against Bata with his stick. Though we did tell him to bring his. We even told him as he left, going back to Japan, to bring his own stick for next time. I just want you to hear this from me because I want good, healthy competition. And there are a lot of people talking outside that do not know the truth of what happened at the tournament. And I am telling you. For instance, whatever happened at Dune the KOF in Mexico, I would tell them they're using Japanese sticks. And whatever happens, happens. You lose knowing you're going to be playing on Japanese sticks. I don't want any excuses being made at all. Just good fun. What are your thoughts about this? And here we go, all you Japanese nut huggers, fanboys, and people making excuses. This is coming from Dune. Once again, who is Dune? He's the guy that makes Dune the KOF. He's the guy that sent me Bata. He's the guy that has all these connections to Japan. He's the guy that runs the biggest Japanese tournament or biggest KOF tournament in Japan. This is his response. Are you ready? All right, here we go. I gotta scroll up. This is from Dune. Project Duel. Dune E-Nut. Okay. Hi, I'm sorry that I have not sent you a mail in a long time. I think that the problem you said is the fault of Bata. What is that? I think the problem that you said is the fault of Bata. You and I certainly told him to bring his stick to Mexico. I told him many times. However, he didn't bring it. I think that made his playing worse by himself. Uh-oh. It's his own fault. It's only his fault. So, you don't have to mind it. I think I told EMIL above sentences a month ago. And here we go. Are you ready? And Bata said that Mexicans are very, very strong in 2002. Bata thinks he lost because Mexicans were strong. Let me say that one more time. And Bata said that the Mexicans are very, very strong in 2002. Bata thinks that he lost because Mexicans were strong. Ding, ding, ding. Coming from Dune himself. Let me zoom back out. I hate this. Whatever. Coming from Dune himself, pretty much is going to shut up whatever counter argument Emil's going to want to say. I mean, it's like, like we're talking. Emil's the type of guy that he's going to want to, he believes what he wants to believe. He's going to believe what he wants to believe anyway, and it doesn't matter if Dune, who's the guy that runs the stuff in Japan, says it, or Lecter, who is the guy that told me run it in Mexico. It doesn't matter if they say otherwise. Emil's going to believe whatever he wants to believe, which, that's why I'm just telling you these guys, because I don't want you all falling into believing that crap that he's believing. I told you my belief is that there's talent all around the world. It's not specific to Asia. Asia does not govern the entire world. There's talent all over. Emil thinks Asia wins for free. I mean, it's like, I'm not disrespecting the Asian players, but I'm just sorry, guys, but I'm sick and tired of seeing you people give these people a trophy for free. It's like, there's a lot of people out there in Mexico that are dying for the opportunity to play these players. And you can see with WARZONE. So, I mean, that's it. I just want good, healthy competition. I don't want anyone glorifying anybody or worshiping them like the next best thing since sliced bread. And that's really about it, guys. So, please link this to people who are, still talking about WARZONE, because this will finally shut them up. And this doesn't shut them up, then like I say, they can, that's what I got for them. Because that should be all that needs to be said. Dune just said himself, he wrapped it up. So, bye-bye.